Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm super excited to be joined today by Sumit, one of our customers, talking about how agents have been brought to life at work. Sumit, can you introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about the work that you do?
Well, I work at a company called Thoughtworks. We're a consulting firm. And in short, my job at Thoughtworks these days is to help people be successful with Glean and adopt it in their workflows.
Awesome. And I heard that you have a couple examples of agents that you can talk us through today. What have you been working on?
Well, we've been using agents almost everywhere, but mostly for sales enablement to help our salespeople talk to customers, learn a little bit about our offerings, and then also use it in their workflows. For example, they're doing research, they're also building proposals using agents, and that kind of thing.
Is there a chance that you can give us a demo of one of those agents in action?
All right, so I find autonomous agents really useful for complex use cases where I don't want to build out decision trees of what it should do in what case. So this one is for consultative selling. And let's say in the consultative selling process, you need to build out an architecture diagram. And I'm not even going to use one of these conversation starters. I say, I need an architecture diagram. As vague as that, right?
And so, as it's thinking through all of this, I'd love to hear about how this has impacted the business. What sort of results have you seen from implementing these agents at ThoughtWorks?
So one of the things, not with this particular agent is supposed to be a companion for consultative selling. But with a lot of the other agents, like, for example, the proposal building agents, we are able to get to a first draft of an agent within hours, as against, back in the day, it would take us 2 weeks, right? So that in itself shortens the proposal building time in a big way. And you can imagine that then gives us more feedback cycles with a client, the ability to respond to a client faster, that kind of thing. Okay, so you notice that it's asking me a question there as to what do I want the diagram to cover. I'm just going to give it my requirements, paste it in the interest of a quick demo, and then let's see what it does.
And so, then who's the target user of an agent like this at ThoughtWorks?
So this would be a technologist who's part of a pursuit team at ThoughtWorks and who's trying to spin up a solution that might work for that client's context.
What would be your thoughts for any company that's out there watching right now and is feeling skeptical about implementing agents in their own workflow? What would be your guidance to them?
Well, what I would say is try a pilot. Couple of things. Try it with a willing workforce. Try it with data that you think will lend itself well to this kind of automation. And then try it in small steps and measure at each step. And give yourself a good goal. For example, the goal that we gave us is that we wanted to reduce our proposal drafting process from a couple of weeks to, let's say, a day or two. And then that's a goal that you can always keep pushing towards and see how far you're getting, right? And if you're able to do that, you're possibly going to get a fair bit forward. And then you can go from one process to another process to another process and get adoption across the enterprise.
Sumit, thanks so much. It's always great to hear from customers. We really appreciate your insights, both with us and the rest of the world.